Now we are discussing about the SAM5 EL5503 Unit 3 Wave Analyzer and Harmonic Distortion. In the last 7th and 8th lecture, we are 7th lecture we are just introduced what is wave analyzer, what is harmonic distortion, how to measure this. In the last lecture, that means lecture number 8, we are discussing about the basic wave analyzer, in which we are supply the input signal to the LC circuit, LC filter circuit, and the output is the rectifier circuit and the indicating device. Now we are discussing about the frequency selective wave analyzer. We are discussing about the frequency selective wave analyzer. The wave analyzer consists of a very narrow passband filter section which can be tuned to a particular frequency within the audio frequency range, that means 20 Hz to 20 kHz. The block diagram of the wave analyzer, it is given like this. This is the block diagram of frequency selective wave analyzer. What is here? This is your input signal. This is your input attenuator that attenuates the input signal, and then it is given to the driver amplifier, which amplifies the signal, and then it is given to the passband, selected passband frequency, that means with the help of R and the filter amplifier, again R and the filter amplifier. This is your RC filter circuit, and then the output is given to the meter range attenuator. Again attenuation takes place given to the output amplifier. Amplification takes place given to the meter amplifier and detector, and with the help of this dial output meter, there is a voltage range and decibel range through which we can measure the amount of the voltage in the voltage form as well as decibel form. Some of the portion it is given to the output buffer amplifier, amplification takes place, and then auxiliary output for secondary device. This is used for the to drive the output device such as recorders or counters. So the function of this is to drive the recorder and counters. We are putting this type of the network here. I repeat, the wave analyzer consists of a very narrow passband filter section which can be tuned to the particular frequency within the audio frequency range. The block diagram is given here. The complex signal to be analyzed is passed through an adjustable attenuator, that means this is our complex signal given to the attenuator. This is your adjustable attenuator which serve as a range multiplier and permits a large range of the signal amplitudes to be analyzed without loading the amplifier. So I repeat, this is your range multiplier, this is your range multiplier, this is your selective amplifier which amplify the selected frequency. This is your selective amplifier which amplify the selected frequency. The output of the attenuator. The output of the attenuator is then fed to the selective amplifier, that means here, which amplifies the selected frequency. Then it is the driver amplifier amplifies. Then the driver amplifier which amplifies the attenuated input signal to a high quality active filter, to the high quality active filter. This high Q filter is a low pass filter which allows the frequency which is selected to the pass and reject all the other frequency. So this is your high Q filter circuit. This pass the selected frequency and reject all the other frequency. The magnitude of this selected frequency is indicated by the meter, and the filter section identifies the frequency of the component. The filter circuit consists of, this is your filter circuit, this all is your filter circuit. The filter circuit consists of a cascade RC resonant circuit. the cascade RC resonant circuit. See here in the figure, and amplifier. This is your amplifier. For selecting the frequency range, the capacitor generally used are of the closed tolerance polystyrene type, and the resistance used are precision potentiometer. So this is your variable resistor we are using and variable capacitor we are using for the selected frequency component, that means tuned the filter. The capacitors are used for the range changing, and the potentiometer is used to change the frequency within the selected band. So the resistor are used for the frequency and capacitor are used generally used for the changing of the range. Okay, here this wave analyzer is also called a frequency selective voltmeter. This is also called a frequency selective voltmeter. This is also known as frequency selective voltmeter. Now, the entire audio frequency range is covered in decade steps by a switching capacitors in the RC section. So all the range it is given by the this entire frequency range, audio frequency range, AF range. This AF range, audio frequency range, is covered in decade steps by switching capacitors in the RC section. The selected signal output from the final amplifier stage, the selected signal output from the final amplifier stage is applied to the meter circuit and to the untuned buffer amplifier. This selected is given to the meter circuit as well as buffer amplifier. Before given here, it is passing through the meter range attenuator. So the attenuation takes place, given to the output amplifier. So the amplification takes place, and then it is given to the metering circuit as well as buffering circuit. When it is given to the metering circuit, then there is a voltmeter which is connected here, which measure this given signal in the range of the voltage. There is a decibel range also, so the output is also measured in the dB range, or we can say decibel range. If we want to operate the recorders or counters, then some of the portion it is given to the buffer amplifier, buffering stage, that means amplification takes place, and then given to the auxiliary for the secondary device. This secondary device, it is nothing but it is for the use of to drive the device, to drive the another device. Which device? Recorder, or we can say the counter. The meter has a several voltage range as well as a decibel scale. Here there is a meter range, or we can say there is a decibel range. This decibel scale mark on it, it is driven by an average reading rectifier type detector. It is driven by an average reading rectifier type detector. The wave analyzer must have extremely low input distortion. It has a very low input distortion, undetectable by the analyzer itself. The bandwidth of the instrument is very narrow bandwidth. It is nearly 1% of the selective band given by the following response characteristics. So we can see the characteristics of this. So we can say like this. This is your x-axis. This is your y-axis. In the y-axis there is output voltage. In x-axis there is a frequency range. This is your 1, this is your 2, this is your 3, like this. If this is your 1, then this is your 0.5, so this is your 0.3, like this, right? If this is your output voltage, this output voltage it is given in dB. decibel range. So we can write this is your -20, -40, -60, we can say -80, this is your -100, like this, right? So our graph is looks like this. This is relative response in dB. dB means decibels, right? So if we can draw the bandwidth, we find out the bandwidth. We can say if this is your range selected, this is your center range, frequency 1, like this, right? This is your normalized frequency. The output voltage in dB is or x-axis. The wave analyzer must have extremely low input distortion, very low input distortion, undetectable by the analyzer itself. The bandwidth of the instrument is very narrow. Bandwidth of the instrument is very narrow. Typically about 1% of the selective band given by the following response characteristics. This is your response characteristics. That's all. Thank you.